On y'all, it's Nick with Bear Family Farms. Today we're out here checking on the nanny herd. We got them moved here probably about 2 days ago to a fresh pasture. We're also picking out some kids to send to Spanish goat gathering, as well as a couple other ones that we were booked to sell. But these girls got about, I think this pasture is right under 25 acres, and there's about 125 nannies in here, a mix of kids all the way up to 8-9-year-olds. There's a tank on this particular pasture, so we're not gonna have to haul water in. We usually trap wild hogs around in this area, so we got a lot of hog traps here, which makes it easier if we need to catch some goats for any other reason, maybe selling them or doctoring them or something like that. We also have some kids being born currently, some yearling nannies that we bred to one of our yearling billies that is going to Missouri. His name is Slate. But these girls got some thick brush to cover, and hopefully we're planning on pulling them out of here sometime in September. So I think they're gonna have plenty of feed in here till September. But these girls have been on straight brush probably since mid to late winter. No, actually late winter, and they're loving it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful body conditions. Coats are perfect. But I think we've got about 5 kids right now on the ground. So I think we got about 20 more nanny or yearlings that are due to kid here within the next 40 days or so. But these girls are looking good. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. That's a nice nanny kid, right? Or that's a yearling. That's a nice yearling right there. But we'll go through the woods here in a little bit and show some of the feed sources these guys have. We're gonna have that cactus probably eaten before we get them out of here. We're trying to strategically take these nanny kids out and get a picture of them for the catalog, but they're quickly running back to the herd, so it's going to be pretty interesting trying to get these photos. But thank God we got this pig trap here. Here's what a little bit of the inside of the pasture looks like, a little bit deeper in here. There's spots like this where it opens up a little bit and then it gets thick again. But a lot of briar vines, a lot of really mature and even dead Indian grass, a lot of oak trees. It's been pretty dry this year, so we're hoping that all the oak trees make acorns this fall. Then we can run the goats back in all the pastures that we've had them in over the spring and summer, and they'll clean up those acorns and nice and happy on that stuff. But we're hoping not to have to feed hay until late January, early February, and then stuff will start growing back in March. So we're hoping not a lot of inputs this winter. But these girls will be nice and happy on all this good stuff in here. The cattle don't really come in here much. It's too thick for them, but the goats, however, can utilize areas like this at a pretty high density. Like I said earlier, there's about 125 nannies in here now. We got our pictures, I think, for the Spanish goat gathering catalog. But very, very, very thick in here. In the fall, I'll come in here with a skid steer with a brush cutter on the front end and mulch all this stuff down, and that way I can get some more grass in here. But get rid of all this briar vine. The goats just came out of a 40-acre pasture that was probably thicker than this stuff, and I walked through there yesterday making sure we had no stragglers, which we did. We had 2 kids in there, newborns, but we got them back to their mothers. But there wasn't a leaf on any of it. You see all these vines, and over there in that 40-acre pasture, there's not a leaf on them briar vines. So they cleaned up every little thing. So that's why I was saying in my other video was make sure you're walking through your pastures here and there, kind of making sure that there's enough forage in there. I seen they were getting low, so I got them moved. And if we can get a rain, we might get some of that stuff to grow back before the growing season is over, which would be perfect because we can put them in there January, all month of January, and not have to supplement anything, no hay, nothing. So every now and again, when moving them to a new pasture, this is what happens. You know, there's wildlife in there, pigs, deer. This is definitely a pig that the dogs chased out. So first thing we usually do is we turn that charger off, and then we make our round. And as you can see, this is why you make your rounds. Here's what keeps the fence hot. Put them in this white bucket from Walmart. Reflect the sun, solar panel on top. Pull out some slack. And then 2 grounding rods.